So I have an interest in cryptography, so I go Nigel Smart, University of Bristol. My new website is here, and Cryptography, an Introduction, online 3rd edition, book PS. So I'll save that. And then let's look. Here it is. Cryptography, an Introduction, 3rd edition by Nigel Smart. The 3rd edition contains, before I actually read that, the 3rd edition is now online. You may make copies and distribute the copies of the book as you see fit, as long as it is clearly marked as having been authored by Nigel P. Smart. Okay, so it sounds like I can use it. Let's see. Preface to the 3rd edition contains a number of new chapters, and various material has been moved around. The chapter on stream ciphers has been split into 2. One chapter now deals with the general background and historical matters. The second chapter deals with modern constructions based on LFSRs. The reason for this is to accommodate a major new section on the Lorentz cipher and how it was broken. This complements the earlier section on the breaking of the Enigma machine. I have also added a brief discussion of the A5/1 cipher and added some more diagrams to the discussion on modern stream ciphers. I have added CTR mode into the discussion on modes of operation for block ciphers. This is because CTR mode is becoming more used, both by itself and as part of more complex modes, which perform full authenticated encryption. Thus, it is important that students are exposed to this mode. I have reordered various chapters and introduced a new part on protocols, in which we cover secret sharing, oblivious transfer, and multi-party computation. This complements the topics from the previous edition of commitment schemes and zero-knowledge protocols, which are retained. This complements the topics from the previous edition of commitment schemes and zero-knowledge protocols, which are retained moved around a bit. Probably that should be and moved around a bit. Which are retained but moved around a bit, maybe. Thus, the 2nd edition's Part 3 has now been split into 2 parts. The material on zero-knowledge proofs has now been moved to Part 5. And this has been extended to include other topics, such as oblivious transfer and secure multi-party computation. The new chapter on secret sharing contains a complete description of how to recombine shares in the Shamir secret sharing method in the presence of malicious adversaries. To our knowledge, this is not presented in any other elementary textbook, although it does occur in some lecture notes available on the internet. We also present an overview of Shoup's method for obtaining threshold RSA signatures. A small section detailing the linkage between zero-knowledge and the complexity class NP has been added. The reason for including extra sections, etc., is that we use this text in our course at Bristol. And so when we update our lecture notes, I also update these notes. In addition, at various points, students do projects with us. A number of recent projects have been on multi-party computation, and hence these students have found a set of notes useful in starting their projects. We have also introduced a history of computing unit in which I give a few lectures on the work at Bletchley. We have also introduced a history of computing unit in which I give a few lectures on the work at Bletchley. Special thanks for aspects of the third edition go to Dan Bernstein and Ivan Damgard, who were patient in explaining a number of issues to me for inclusion in the new sections. Also thanks to Andre Bangerter, Junming Chen, Ed Garrity, Thomas Johansson, Georgios Kafanas, Parimal Kumar, David Rankin, Michael Rybar, Barry Shoemakers, Damian Stell, S. Venkataraman, and Steve Williams for providing comments, spotting typos, and feedback on earlier drafts and versions. The preface to the second edition follows.